2025, it's not crazy to say the sneaker market is dying. If you haven't been on TikTok, Twitter, whatever, there's a bunch of sneaker store owners who've came and spoken out, you know, talking about how their store has been struggling, profit margins been off. There's just been a lot of different stuff. I'm sure if you've been on Twitter, almost 2 weeks ago, there was a raid.
Chat? What the fuck was that? What is that? Here? Chat? I don't know. What the fuck just happened? Did somebody swat us? I'll be back, chat.
People are saying, oh, counterfeit, they're selling fake stuff. They didn't get raided for counterfeit. They got raided because of stolen goods. In California and I think Arizona, there was 2 like robberies that took place. People hear about these retail prices, they're like, shit, I'm gonna just go steal it, trying to get back what I'll get on the usual resale. But LAPD been on top of it, so they got Cool Kicks first. They said there's gonna be other raids they're doing, so we'll see what stores those are. But I don't think they were selling counterfeit, but who knows? You know, you never know with these people. But as far as sneaker reselling goes, as of 2025, been big complaints about the profit margins that, you know, people usually get. There was a time period where you could buy, like, let's say Dunks. You buy them at a low price and you know you could flip it for like 150, 200. Now what people are doing is they're getting a bunch of shoes, like a boatload, and they're selling it, they're reselling it, but the profit margins are only like $20 to $50, you know, per shoe. 58% of sneaker releases traded above retail on secondary platforms. 2024, that number dropped 47%. Profit margins that once hit 100% are closer to 10 to 25% per pair for most releases. Stadium Goods and GOAT Group executives confirm what resellers already feel. Margins have shrunk significantly over the past 2 years. The wildest shoe to try to get from like StockX or GOAT was like those, y'all remember those Travis Scott things? You know, in the resale market, like trying to get Travis Scott shoes at a point, they'll be like 1,500, 2 bands. You know, the resale market for like shoes like that were insane at a point for StockX, GOAT, you know, all those different platforms. So it used to be crazy, but I think there's a lot of things that play a role into the resale market struggling, you know, as of recent. I think 5 years ago, there wasn't really competition. What made the Travis Scott shoes so expensive was a limited quality. You know, when something's limited, you could put the price higher. And now, you know, what was going on, it's like they're oversupplying on stuff. And when you oversupply on stuff, you know, it's kind of like the value of it kind of diminishes because it's not a limited quality. I think that's kind of killed the resale market. On top of, you know, how inflation is in the economy right now. Like a lot of people, you know, most people are about to go drop $500 on a shoe when they got to pay rent. You know, rent is like 1,500, 2 bands, you know what I'm saying? So, but something pretty crazy, I saw numbers from like the retail. It says only 47% of 2024 releases traded above retail, down from 58% in 2020. The competition's pretty crazy. You got old brands making a comeback and you got new brands stepping into the market. Two of those brands that I think are doing pretty well. You got Anta and you got Li Ning. And Anta is doing well. If you guys know, Nike had their whole issue with Kyrie. They decided to split ways. A lot of people that pay too much mind to it when Kyrie initially made the move to sign with them. But now he's killing it, putting that brand on a new stepping stone, right? Li Ning, their primary person is Dwayne Wade. They've been making a lot of waves in the market as well. Numbers for it are pretty crazy. Anta sales surged 1,901% on StockX in 2024. Li Ning increased 113% thanks to Dwayne Wade's signature shoe. So you got brands like New Balance, you got Reeboks. A lot of these like brands that weren't competition in the past, they kind of gained a new light in the market. I think it's you know, it's hard not to pay attention to what's going on. It's made it tough for resellers. Some people are even selling it at a lower price than retail and people are still not buying that shit.
Does anyone want to explain why shoes are literally just dying right now? I own a sneaker store and we've been struggling for the last couple months. And y'all can say, oh, it's because you overprice things. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, it's a Yeezy. You're overpricing it. It's $110. Retail's like 2 something. Market's like 190. I'm pricing it at 110. It's brand new. An off-white lot dunk, which you haven't been able to get for 4 years now. Used to be going for $500 to $600. Market's like $400. We have them priced at $320. A shoe that's sold out, hard to get. A SB Navy 4. It's used, but $210. That's like retail. And then you have stuff that are like Jordan 1s, like these shattered backboards that just came out. We were charging like $170 for them or something like that, which retails higher. And then we got like Lucky Greens, the Royal Toes. All these things are going for well under retail, and we have them priced under retail. For example, like a yellow ochre, which is not even a bad shoe, is going for like $90 in store here, which is crazy. Retail is like, what, $170? It's definitely an interesting time in the sneaker world right now, and you'd think that people would be coming to sell us their shoes too because the market's down. They just want to get rid of some stuff, but that's not even the case. We haven't had a lot of people coming to sell to us. I mean, last week we did buy a lot of shoes, but this week we're a little slow.
I definitely do think that inflation's playing a major role in a lot of it. It's tough. It's just a tough market to be in right now. Now, if I had to take my guess at where I think it's going to go in the next 5 years, I think when Nike's moves, because what Nike's doing is they're like eliminating contracts with like certain stores. And I don't think it's because of like all the robberies and all the shit like that, because it's like Nike's like, it's Nike, you know what I'm saying? They're not tripping on that. I think it's more so just for like, you know, business and stuff, but they're pulling away a lot of contracts they once had with certain big companies, whatever the case may be. I don't think there's any brand on planet Earth that's gonna get up to Nike's level. You just can't. It's Nike, you know what I'm saying? But I do think the competition is going to be almost an even playing field. I think a lot of these smaller brands are going to be, you know, they're going to continue getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, it's just going to like almost level out the playing field. And we're going to see some stuff we ain't seen. You might wake up one day, you're going to see like shoes you would never think, you know, be set at a certain price, be set at a, you know, price. You'd be like, damn, when this shit get so expensive? They're making, they're leveling out the competition for sure.
This happens every couple years. First, it was the sneaker game is dead because all the hype stuff was being sold out. And the resellers were literally buying everything. Sneakers are back because they brought back some great sneakers. Now people are having a conversation again because sneakers are sitting on shelves. I'm talking about oversaturation. There's a sneaker release literally every single Saturday. Every single brand has a drop every Saturday. How can you possibly keep up? People caring more about what other people are doing. All of these sneakers in this picture will be considered great sneakers, but they're all sitting. Some would call them bricks. Other people would call it a good delayed pickup so you can get it on sale. But you just have to be strategic with your purchases and buy exactly what you like. This is exactly where sneakers were when I was younger. You were able to go to the store and be able to buy whatever sneaker that you want to buy. The overly hyped sneakers were the ones that sold out. So we're right back where we're supposed to be. So now all the people that were kind of fake sneakerheads are gone, and it's just the people that actually enjoy it. What did Thanos say before? Perfectly balanced, like all things should be.
This reselling's getting crazy. I think it's definitely not, you know, what it used to be. Like you heard the guy, the dude's getting shit at resale price and selling it lower, and it's still not selling. Like imagine that. Imagine getting a P5. You buy a P5 or something for like $500-$600. You try to go resell it. You're like, bro, this shit not selling. Fuck it. I'll take the hit. I'll sell it for $300. People still ain't buying that shit. It's I don't know. It's interesting. It's something I really never seen. But yeah, sneaker market is definitely down. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. And as always, it's your boy.